Welcome back, my dear employees. I'm just here, raking my spirit tree patch some more, yet again, for what feels like no progress at all. Last time, we managed to get the pita bread done, and so the very last task left in this chunk is to cast Fire Blast. And to cast Fire Blast, I need 59 magic, a death rune, 5 fire runes, and 4 air runes. All the runes are purchasable at Betty's shop, so that's not an issue at all. The problem is the 59 magic, because I need air runes and mind runes to start training magic. Because I have level 4 magic, the mind runes for the strike spells remain the most cost effective as far as I'm aware, pretty much all the way to 59. There's other types of combat spells like bolts and blasts, but they're too expensive. So I'm kind of stuck using up to Fire Strike if I want to train magic with combat spells. There's also these debuff spells. There's Confuse, there's Weaken. These are also relatively cheap. It's just the elemental runes, which are very cheap, and body runes, so it's not so bad. And there's also this level 42 spell called Monster Inspect, but it's not actually level 42. You can do this at any level. I think this is a bug that it says level 42. I think you're supposed to be able to cast it at any time. This needs body runes and mind runes, which are also quite cheap. They're 3 coins each, and the elemental ones are 4. So I would like to cut down on the cost here as much as possible, because kind of my best way to make money is to mine gold rocks in Roomington Mine and sell them to the shop, which is really, really bad. It's okay, like it's terrible for the amount of money I need, but for this stage of the game, I guess it's okay. Anyway, I could cut down on the cost of runes a lot if I just needed fewer runes, right? And another problem with magic is that I have to manually target every single one of these spells because I don't have a staff. I don't have a wand or a staff, so I can't auto-cast magic, which is a bit of an issue because that makes this much more tedious. However, after a lot of digging, I found that it is indeed possible to get a staff in these 2 chunks. And I didn't know this at the time, but I guess I kind of foreshadowed this with the clue scroll juggling. So let's talk about clue scrolls. Men and women drop 2 types of clue scrolls, beginner clues and easy clues. I'm going to do a little bit of analysis for the beginner clue, but a similar thing can be done for the easy clue, and the numbers come out to be about the same as far as I can tell. So let's talk about how the beginner clues are going to work here. Beginner clues need at most 2 steps to complete a clue, which means I need to juggle doable clues until I have 2 of them, and then I can turn them in for a casket. However, because I'm chunk locked, I only have access to 1 beginner clue solution. And as far as I can tell, there are 29 possible beginner clue statements. So 1 in 29 beginner clues is going to be solvable. From killing men and women, it's a 1 in 90 drop chance. Combining these 2 numbers, I get a 1 in 2,610 chance to get a doable clue. This works out to be a 4,380 expected kill count for a 50% chance of getting 2 doable clues, meaning a casket. Actually, it's a bit better because when you complete a clue, you get a clue back, and there's a 1 in 29 chance that clue is also doable, so it is a bit better, but it's still pretty bad. Now I can open the casket for some rewards, and 4 of these rewards are very useful to me. The Staff of Air, Staff of Water, Staff of Earth, and Staff of Fire. I'm just going to collectively call this a staff because any of those would be fine. When you open a beginner casket, you get between 1 and 3 rewards, with an average of 2 rewards, and each reward slot rolls independently. Ultimately, this works out to me needing 8 caskets for a 50% chance of one of any of the staves, which means I need to kill about 32,000 men or women to get a 50% chance of one of the staves. This is just the beginner clue. There's a similar analysis you can do for the easy clues, and I actually have a lot more easy clue solutions available to me, and it works out to roughly a 1 in 40,000 chance of any single man or woman kill resulting in the Staff of Air. So it works out to sort of kind of being somewhere between a 1 in 15 and 1 in 20,000 chance of getting any of the staffs from killing men. 15,000 men is not that many. Okay, it's a lot. Okay, it's like a lot. I'm probably gonna give up. First clue, and it is not possible. I guess that's to be expected. Okay, first easy clue. Yeah, I didn't think that would be possible. I'm gonna drop it off here in the corner. Okay, we're up to 862 kills right now since I started this grind actively. About to be 863. But I think, you know, I shouldn't give up just yet. But I am going to start training magic instead of training melee stats more. And I can do this because I have some mind runes from drops. But I feel like I should do this just so I can still actually finish the chunk even if I don't manage to get the staff. Because the worst would be trying to get the staff, not getting it, and then just giving up on the chunk entirely. So this way, at least I'm trying to do the chunk still. Now, some of this equipment has negative magic attack bonus, like the helmet and the shield, so I'm going to take those off. I think that's it, actually. And I think my best in slot magic equipment is actually a dagger, but I've thrown away my dagger. If I get another one, I'll pick it up, but otherwise, I'm just going to be freeballing it. Let's also see if this monster inspect tech actually works. It doesn't. I was lied to. I was told it would just work, but it doesn't. The game is not bugged. It never is. 2 clicks per spellcast. Oh boy. Well, I got a magic level and some mind runes. This is gonna be fun. Now actually, level 5 magic gives me access to Water Strike, which is a stronger spell. So it might be worth using. It's more expensive though, because it uses an extra rune compared to Air Strike or Wind Strike. But also I'm going to hit harder, so I'm going to get more magic XP. I don't know if it's so much more that this is worth it, but I guess we'll find out. I do hit 4s with this, which is kind of nice. I can also cast Confuse. These are such nostalgic sound effects. Here's 9 magic for Earth Strike. New spell, new sound effect. Confuse, by the way, is not worth it. It's only 13 XP for so many runes, so I will not be using Confuse anymore. Well, I've just about spent all my money, so I'm gonna have to go to the gold mines after this. Alright, here's Weaken. Oh, so nostalgic. Ooh, here's Fire Strike. Fire Strike is now unlocked. Let's see. Yeah, that one's my favorite. That one's definitely my favorite sound effect. I'm probably going to be casting this or one of the other strike spells for the rest of this grind, because the Chaos runes are just too expensive from the shop. I'm also going to run out of air runes very shortly, which sucks, but this is how it's going to be. So, fun fact, and I think this is kind of new to me, but I vaguely remember actually knowing this. So there are 4 strike spells, right? There's wind, water, earth, and fire. As you level up, the maximum hit of the lowest level strike spells increases to match the highest level that you can cast. So there is no difference in DPS, as far as I can tell, between using Wind Strike and Fire Strike. The only difference is that Fire Strike uses 3 more fire runes and 1 more air rune than Wind Strike. So I should not be using anything but Wind Strike. Yeah, look, I'm hitting 6s and it's not even a max hit anymore. Alright, up to 17 now. Let me cast Wind Bolt. Ah, so nice. Sounds so good. I have some Chaos runes, so I may as well use them, but I'm not going to buy any more. 30 magic. And guess what? I have a doable easy clue step, so I'm locked in now. Just spent a few hours mining and selling some gold, and it was quite a bit. It was like 15k GP. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it really was a few hours. And now I have almost 2,000 runes, 2,000 spellcasts. Because you get extra XP from doing damage, I kind of want to see how much XP each rune is actually worth. So I'm going to do 1,000 spellcasts and see how much XP I gain. And that'll help me decide if I really want to push this through all the way to 59 or not. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's another doable easy clue. Oh my god. Big day. It's been like 3 days since the last clip, by the way. I now have a 3rd doable easy clue. I have used up all of my mind runes though, and I've checked the math here. Based on these XP values, I get around 12.5 XP per Wind Strike cast. I made back quite a bit of money from killing the men, so I'm just going to spend the rest of it on more runes, and then I'm probably going to finish off 40 magic here. The fatigue is starting to set in, and I'm not even halfway to 59, so that's not a good sign. But now that I'm 3 easy clues in, I really want to get a 4th. Like, it doesn't feel so impossible anymore. I think I'm gonna try and finish off one clue and then call it. 40 magic done. I am up to a bit more than 2,000 kills of men and women. So to be honest, I'm getting pretty lucky with these easy clues because remember the expected... Well, I did the analysis for beginner clues, so never mind. I don't know if I'm being lucky or not. Oh my god, this is fate. This is the 4th completable easy clue. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Before I do this though, let me just double check that these are actually all doable. Yes, they are. Alright, let's do these. So, first one. Speak to Captain Tobias on the docks. Okay, that's one step done. Oh, this is actually almost doable too. I'm missing a chunk, but this is actually really close. Second clue is to speak to the face. Oh my god, this has given me a clue that I can do as well. This is actually crazy. That's kind of crazy. I feel like that's not... This isn't likely. Surely it's not likely. Imagine if I could squeeze 2 caskets out of these clues. That would be something else. No way, what? This is also doable. Hello? This, I think, is a guaranteed casket. So, yep, there's the first casket. That's pretty nice. Now, if I'm lucky here, I can squeeze a second casket out of these 2 remaining clues, but I kinda doubt it. Though, wait, actually, to be smart, I think I should try to get another clue, right? Or 2 more clues before doing these. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Searching these drawers. Imagine it gives me another doable one. No. Okay. Finally. So, that one's useless. And the final clue. This could be a casket. 2 steps is the minimum. It would be pretty fortunate, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, Mr. Bartender. Give me your chest. And this one's not doable either. Damn. Okay. That's fine. Cool. We got our 1 casket. Please, 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 please give me a staff. Oh, no. Black plate body, black dagger, and a coif. I'm pretty sure this is the best armor I have for melee, but this doesn't really help for magic. That's funny. That's really funny. Hey, check this out. Sailing has now been added to Chunk Picker. That is pretty nice. Anyway, I'm here because I think it's time for me to unlock a new chunk. Manual casting to 59 just doesn't seem like fun. So these are the possible chunks I can purchase by dropping money. There are some dangerous chunks here. I could be stuck here, or rather forced into buying the rest of my chunks. I will no longer be able to choose my chunks if I get either 1 or 2. That's not great. And also just to clarify, once I purchase one of these random chunks, if I want to choose a chunk again in the future, all my currently purchased chunks must be completed. So I will have to come back and finish off Fire Blast if I want to choose another chunk later on. But okay, let's unlock a new chunk. If I actually get number 3, I can maybe finish this clue scroll that's on the floor, but let's see. Oh my god. All right, cool. Cool. And the funny thing is there's nothing new here. There's a second farming patch I can rake, so this is basically doubled my farming XP per hour, and I'm pretty sure that still puts me in the double-digit XP per hour, which is wow. But cool. Okay, let's just hop back really quick and finish off this clue and hopefully get a casket. I do of course have to drop 100k's worth of wealth, and the weeds here I think are a pretty good thing for me to drop because they're completely useless. I even have more than 100k in weeds. I think I'm gonna deposit some just so that I keep as much wealth as I can for future purchases once I unlock a bank. So let me deposit some of this. Okay, so 422 weeds is worth 14 coins over the requirement. So I'm going to drop this right now, and just to prove that it disappears, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and watch. 3, 2, 1, it's gone. Brand new chunk here with basically nothing to do except this clue scroll. Please, Mr. Chemist, please give me a casket. Okay, cool. Whoa, that's a lot of money actually. Okay, no staff, unlucky. Some trout. Probably just gonna save that, put it in my bank. The studded chaps and the coif, by the way, I can't even wear because it needs level 20 range, which I don't have, and I don't have a way to train it, so that's funny. Well, this kind of puts me exactly where I was before, where I don't really have anything to do except for get to Fire Blast. But maybe I'll just walk around in this chunk a little bit just to see if there's anything at all new that I can do to increase my money per hour, or, you know, anything at all that could help. Let me do some investigation. Yeah, there's actually nothing at all. So, looks like we're buying another chunk. There are some chunks that I can't access, but are still adjacent, so this is still a 2 in 5 chance of catastrophe. Well, I do have the money to spend. This time I need to drop 150k, which is fine. I can totally afford that. Okay, let's do it. Alright. Falador South Wall. Interesting chunk. Oh, this means I can start thieving. It also means I need to cast Entangle. So the magic requirement has just gone up to 79. Oh god. Okay. Well, this is fine. We'll take a closer look next time. Oh wait, I gotta drop my wealth. Let's drop this. So I'm gonna drop my Aventos, my Irits, and my money. This is 4 GP under, so I guess I'll also drop, what do I drop? The weeds, I guess? Who cares? That's fine. So, Aventos, Irits, coins, and weeds. Goodbye, beautiful wealth. I will miss you. I don't think I've really unlocked an easy way to train magic, but I'll do some investigation. I will report back with my findings next time. See you later, employees.